All right, this week on Camera Talk, again, Dylan's decided that he got better things to do. That's okay, because I've got a few lenses I want to compare in a row, and with Dylan around, that makes that kind of challenging. Anyway, so where are we going this week? Back to Mother Russia. That's right. We're looking at Soviet-era lenses. And I picked the 50 range in there. I've got three of them, a Jupiter, an Industar, and a Helios that I'm going to take a look at and kind of compare the three. But, you know, as far as Soviet lenses go, they're all based on something else. So somebody will say, oh, they're copycats. Well, they kind of sort of are. I mean, just as an example, my Helios is a 44-2. Of course, there's many different 44s out there. And it's a 58 millimeter f2. This is a Carl Zeiss Biotar 58 millimeter f2. And the results are quite similar. Not obviously an exact copy, but similar. Same, but different.
Same, but different.
So we're going to find out what's the difference between the three that I have, and are they any good or not? So grab yourself something to eat or drink, get yourself comfortable.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
And let's get it on.
Here I am, Vietnam.
This is Camera Talk with Dr. Scott and normally Dylan, who again is outside playing around, decided he didn't want any part of Camera Talk again this week. But that's fine. We're here for you, not for Dylan.
What the fuck?
Don't tell him I told you that. Anyway, what are we looking at this week? Just as the intro said, we're looking at some Soviet-era 50-ishes millimeter out there. I've got a 50, exactly, a 52, and a 58. So it's in the range. Obviously, it's not a head-to-head comparison of why this one's better than that one, because they're not exactly the same. But still, we're going to look at the 50-ish range. Now, Soviet lenses are quite popular in the vintage lens world.
Whoop-de-doo.
For a few different reasons. One is its artistic or creative element that can add to your collection when you're taking photos. Each one of these will render different character to your outcome. And you know, again, back in the day, the Soviet Union, when they were building things, their quality control wasn't exactly rocket science. So therefore, you may have 2 or 3 or 10 of the exact same lens. That is, each one of those is different than the other due to the fact that their build quality was not an exact science.
They suck. They just suck.
Anyway, but that adds character to the thing. The other aspect of these lenses too is that they're relatively economical. I mean, compared to, the Carl Zeisses and the Leicas and all these others out there, these lenses are kind of cheap.
Cheap bastard.
And some of them are built kind of cheap, so that's therefore what they're cheap. But they also made gazillion of these things, so there's plenty of them out there. And probably the most famous out of the three that I have, the Jupiter, the Industar, and the Helios, is the Helios. I think every vintage lens collector out there, or user, has a Helios in their collection, if not 2 or 3 or 10 of them. Again, because they're pretty cheap and they're pretty plentiful. And they come in different varieties too, different flavors, so to speak. So, how did this all come to be? Well, way back, and I'm sure for most of you out there, this is before your time, is
Es sei, und dies ist unser
The Second World War,
That's suspicious.
or World War II, for those who would prefer that name. And at the end of the war, as the Soviet Union, moved into Germany and conquered the eastern part of Germany. A town called Jena in Germany, which is where Carl Zeiss was located, got captured by the Soviets.
What? No.
And as part of their reparations for the war, they're like, hey, Germany, you owe us a bunch of money because of the fact that you came in and trashed the hell out of our country. So they basically spirited off all of Carl Zeiss's equipment and lens formulas and the blueprints and instructions, the technicians, the designers, whatever they could get their hands on. All that back to Russia, and that's when they decided, hey, these lenses are pretty good quality stuff, so let's make some of our own for our people. The Russians deserve some good quality photographic equipment as well. So they did. And, they had a variety of lens manufacturers and camera manufacturers as well throughout the western part of Russia. That produced all kinds of different stuff. And they're still in use today. I mean, they're, as much as I say the QC part of their, quality control was not the greatest. Just like everything built back in those days, they kind of built them to last. And a lot of these things are still in operation today.
At least we're not fucking idiots.
We're talking 70, 50, 60, 70 years later, still performing. So, with that said, and of course, at the end of the Soviet Union's run in the 1990 or 1989, when the wall came down. That's when a lot of the stuff stopped. And, they have a modern version of some of these things. Zenit is one of the manufacturers who's still putting out lenses, and everything is still the fame, their claim to fame. But for the most part, a lot of these factories just stopped producing these things. But anyhow, to talk about the ones that I have, again, I mentioned already, I have the Jupiter 8, which is again, a knockoff copy inspired by the Carl Zeiss sonar. And it was produced for a while, from 1953 to 1974. Now this one that I have here, and that's the way you can tell the years. The Soviets, when they assigned serial numbers to their things, they always started off the first two digits were the year of manufacture. So this one's 61, 43,580. So 61, the 1961 is my oldest lens of the Soviet era. And it's a sonar design. It's been knocked around a while, even though it's all polished up and everything, and it's kind of pretty. It's a nice shiny aluminum. But the glass, I can see some little swirly cleaning marks, as they call them, from people rubbing them on who knows what to try to clean off whatever stuff is on the outside. But anyway, it is rumored also to be, the Jupiter 8 is rumored to be the kind of the best of the Jupiter family.
I like you a lot.
or at least the best quality, or it renders the best image quality, I would say, is what the vintage lens community talks about with this lens here. Now again, it's all aluminum construction. It's clickless aperture ring. It's a decent quality lens. And it's good for collectors too. Something to put on your shelf, nice, something shiny, bling bling, to show off to people. Now it's construction, again, sonar design, 6 elements in 3 groups. Its close focus was the same with a lot of them at the time, because again, I remember back in these days, rangefinders were still the thing. So 1 meter is its close focus. It has 9 curved blades. It's if you want to call it the bokeh ball, its aperture opening stays round the entire range all the way through. What does this go to f22? Yeah, so f2 to f22, and again, it's great for portraiture because of its character. I mean, it can be sharp. A lot of these things, again, are very sharp in the middle and then kind of fall off as you get to the mid and the outer range of the image. So 9 blades, and it's 130 grams. So it's a light one. I mean, I've already got the adapter on it. It's an L39 mount, and again, this is very common for the day, the L39. Don't confuse that with the M42 screw mount. They're both screw mounts, but this one's a smaller screw mount. It went on contacts. It could screw into a contacts or a lights, like a camera in the day, or the Kiev or the Fed, the other Soviet Zorky cameras that were out there as well. But anyway, so it's on an L39 to NEX, so I can put it on my Sony to show you what it looks like. And the manufacturer, the thing with the Soviets too, they always each manufacturer had a symbol that would be on the faceplate, the nameplate on the lens, and this one's KMZ. And KMZ is basically Moscow. It's a suburb of Moscow called Krasnogorsk.
Krasnogorsk.
Krasnogorsk. It's better if you say it with a deeper voice like the Russians talk of Krasnogorsk. So KMZ is one of their famous manufacturers in the day, and so they produced this one here. So that is the Jupiter 8. Now the next one coming along the line is Industar. Yay! And the Industar is again a copy or an imitation of a Carl Zeiss lens, and the one they imitated, or this particular one imitates, is the Carl Zeiss Tessar. Now the thing with the Industar is they, like the Jupiter 8 was always a 50mm f2. Well, the Industar went through a range of focal lengths in the 50s, and it started off with a 50. They made a 52, a 53, and a 55. The 55mm one was radioactive. But this one's 52mm. They were all 2.8s. It's like the just like the Tessar, being a 2.8. So, but the optical formula construction of it was a copy of the Tessar, and it is a 4-element in 3 groups. Its close focus again is 1 meter. As I said, it's a rangefinder. So it's a 1 meter. It had 10 aperture blades. Let me confirm the shape of these before I tell you they are or they aren't. Now this one's clicked. It's a clicked aperture. And same thing, it stops down circular the entire way. So it's, again, will maintain circular bokeh balls for those interested in the shape of their balls.
Say, everybody haven't seen my balls.
And this one goes from 2.8 to f16. Now the characteristic, and it's an L39, again an L39 mount. As I said, it's a rangefinder. And some of the characteristics with this one is that it's not outstandingly sharp as the others may be. But it, again, has character and it's rather low contrast. So it's good for black and whites. For those who are into black and white photography. And it was made, again, looking at the manufacturer's marking on the nameplate, it was made by Fed, F-E-D. Yay! Which is the acronym for the founder of the company. And I don't obviously know his name off the top of my head, but he's the same guy who founded the Soviet secret police. Some of Vlad's ancestors. So anyway, that is the Industar. And then the next one I have is what I told you about in the intro, which is the Helios. Yay! Which is the most popular one in Soviet vintage land. It seems everybody has one of these. Everybody likes to reverse the front element too to get some funky
coma data.
Artistic results in that. Now the Helios is a copy of the Carl Zeiss Biotar. And, just like the Biotar, it also, because it's, it copies the formula, it can result, it doesn't always, that's one thing people will talk about too when they say, oh, there's no swirl to it, I don't see the swirl. Obviously under the right conditions, you have to be the right distance from the subject, and the subject, the distance to the background, as well as the type of background. Things like trees and forests, stuff like that, make for ideal swirls. If you want to be able to see a swirl in the background. So just because you have a Biotar, just because you have a Helios, don't think that you're automatically going to get a swirl as a result of your photo. But anyway, the Helios, again, was quite an extensive family. I mean, there's Helios dash, blah, 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 blah. There's a whole whack of different numbers out there that designate the type of Helios that there is. But this one or the model that I have, the sample I have, is a 44-2. And the 44-2 was made from 1958 through to 1990, to the end of its run. And again, looking at the serial number on mine, now they went through, and I forget what date it happened, but they went through changes where they, instead of putting the serial number on the nameplate, they moved it to the barrel. So this one's 1988, and very close to the end of the era. So this is again 44-2, and they're all the same. The 44s are all 58-2. They're all copies of the Biotar. So its optical formula is 6 elements in 4 groups. Now this is not a rangefinder. This is after they've moved out. Now we're into the SLR or DSLR, era. So it's an M42 mount, screw mount still. So it can get mounted onto a number of different different types of cameras. So its close focus is 50 centimeters or half a meter. Mine has 8 curved blades. So as I keep saying, even stopping down, your aperture opening stays circular. So your bokeh ball, if you're interested in the bokeh ball, they stay roundish. And sorry, the Dash 2 began production in 1967, and again, it's made by KMZ, and also a company called Valdai, which is, you could tell the arrow with the circle in there is a Valdai stamp. And they kind of mastered this thing by 1969. They had it going on. So they made the best model of Helios.
What you talking about, doctor?
As I said, there's a number of companies that made these because there was so much Helios production going on that KMZ was making them, Valdai was making them. KMZ, of course, was the boss. They're the big boss. Tell everybody what to do.
It's good to be the king.
So basically they opened the floodgates and said, build these. So there's millions of these things everywhere. And of course, if you're going to buy them from the Soviet Union, or from now called Russia, if you're going to buy them from Russia or from Ukraine, there's a lot of Helios production in Ukraine as well. So the Ukrainians have a bunch of them. But due to what's going on between those two at the moment, you're probably not going to get a lot of luck getting product mailed out of or shipped out of either one of those. So F2 to F16 is this one. And so I told you M42, I think that's pretty much good to go. So that is the Helios. Now, as far as what they're used for, as they say, they're great art lenses.
I don't like the artsy-fartsy thing. I think I hated it.
You know, I don't think anybody's going to use these as any of their main lenses in their photography. Not to say you can't. Of course, you do whatever you want to do, right? But as I said, the sample quality can vary quite widely. So, you know, if you do get on eBay or somewhere and you buy one of these and you get it and you're like, wow, it really sucks.
That kind of cringe level where your sphincter pucker is kind of horrible.
Maybe you got a bad sample. You know, they're cheap enough. Oh, Dylan's dropping his toys out there. They're cheap enough that you could buy another one, you know. Throw that one away or keep it for spare parts or whatever. Buy another one. Check it out. You might be surprised and go, wow, this one's nice compared to that other one. Who knows? Whatever. But anyway, they're great for portraits, you know, because we like, unless you're doing, you know, corporate headshots or something, most of us like a nice portrait, or, you know, soft, not too clinically sharp or anything else. Aww. Well, hello. You coming in to join us for the end of camera talk? Huh? Yeah, you can come in and sit with us? Oh, well, Dylan decided now that he wants to finish doing a camera talk with us, so everybody welcome Dylan. Yay, welcome Dylan. Are you okay? Everything going well? Yeah? Did you miss us? Oh, we missed you.
Whatever.
So anyway, well, let's get you some sample shots of what these look like. So I'm going to, Daddy, get that off of there. All right, let's start with the Jupiter. Jupiter. And a Jupiter is a 50 millimeter f2, and I always shoot everything wide open. And let's see what I do. Oh, I should probably introduce it in case you haven't been watching Camera Talk your whole life. What I normally do is use my Canon M50, which is a little APS-C camera that I use for filming these camera talks. And what I do to show you, what it looks like from here, we're almost 2 meters away, just short of 2 meters away from the camera. I tried to focus in on the nameplate on the 15 to 45 EFM lens to see how sharp I can get the writing, to see if this is really any sharper or not. So let me do that. Let me do that, Dylan. Does that look good right there? Yeah, is that good? Circle. Okay, yeah, circle. All right, get your fingers out of the way. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, so that was at f2. Let's go to 5.6 just to show you what that looks like. Of course, since we're indoors. Well, hang on, let Daddy get it. I got a little focus shift going on here, so let's see if Daddy can get that any sharper than it already is. Right about there, looks good, right? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Alright, so that was f2 and f5.6.
Blowing.
Yeah.
He's blowing.
Yeah, you're blowing your nose on my camera.
You are a smelly pirate hooker.
So let's hold off doing that for a second,
Blowing.
shall we?
It's blowing.
Lucky I have a napkin right here with your name on it. Blow, blow, blow. All right, again, blow, blow, blow. Sounds chunky.
That's disgusting.
Are you good? Blow, blow. All right. So besides camera talk, we have Daddy Parenting Skills class 101.
Want me to teach you something?
There's how to blow some boogers. Get Dylan all boogered up. Anyway, you're throwing off my... Huh? No, that was the Jupiter. This one's an Industar.
Industar.
Yeah, Industar. Good. So the Industar, let Daddy screw that in here. Better if it's flat so I can make sure it's threaded properly, right? All right. So this is the Industar.
The picture.
Yeah, we take a picture of the camera, right? Uh-huh. All right, we got that in there. All right, so this is that was the Jupiter. Oh,
Let's know
well,
that one.
that's right. Let's get in
No?
as tight as we can be. How about that? That look good? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, so that was f2.8. Let's do 5.6. Just again to show you if it's any better or not. All right, that's right here. Ready? 5.6. 1, 2, 3. All right.
One.
So that was the Industar. So that was a 52 millimeter f2.8. Now let me remove that. And now let's look at the Helios. That's the Helios. Can you say Helios?
Take your picture.
Can you say Helios?
Leos.
Oh, huh? Helios.
Picture.
Yeah, don't lean back, you're covering the microphone. There you go. All right, so this is the Helios now. This is the 58. Hold on. Oh, are we wide open? Yeah. All right, we're on. We're on. All right, don't lean forward. Okay. Hold on. Where the heck are we here? And we're all the way zoomed out. We gotta zoom in. There we go. Well, it's not zooming. It's not a zoom lens. Duh. All right. Ooh, almost like right on the money right there. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, so that's f2. Let's do 5.6. All right, ready? All right, looks good right there too. All right, no focus shift at all on this baby. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, so that was f2 and f5.6. Okay, so now that was the three: Jupiter, Industar, and Helios. Now that was, of course, taking pictures of my Canon M50. How about some pictures of Dylan? Want to see some pictures of Dylan? Yeah. All right. So how about the Jupiter? Let's do Jupiter at f2. Ready? Here. Okay, what do you think? Was that good? Yeah, that was Jupiter at f2. Now, I'm not going to go through the f2, f5.6 thing. We'll just show you wide open. All right, how about the Industar? This is the Industar 52 millimeter f2.8. f2.8 good? All right, here it is. Dylan at 52 millimeter 2.8. What do you think there? Do you look good? Yeah? Dylan always looks good, doesn't he? Yeah. All right, the last one is the Helios. This is the Helios 44-2, which is a 58 millimeter f2. And how about this is Dylan at 58 millimeter f2. All right, what do you think of that one? Look good there too? Yeah? Dylan always looks good, doesn't he? Yeah, Mr. Handsome Man. So, hey, you should see, last night we were downtown. Just to tell you a quickie story. Sit over here for a second. We were downtown and Dylan saw some elephants in front of this hotel. You know, the statue of elephants. Honey, look over here. And so Dylan says, elephant, elephant. You know, so I saw them and I'm like, all right, let's go take a photo. So just happen to have this one with me, my Leica. And so we took a picture of him, and he's like, yeah.
Soda.
That's right. I have no idea what you just said, but
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Anyway, took a picture of him. First thing he does is he like grabs the elephant's trunk like this and does this pose. Looks like he's, you know, doing the cover of GQ magazine or something. So I thought that was pretty funny. Anyway, little kids can be a joy, or they can be a pain in the ass. I don't know what the balance of that is. Could be pretty equal, couldn't it? Are you a pain in the ass?
That's the fact, Jack! That's a fact, Jack!
Are you a PETA? Huh? Yeah. So anyway, that was the samples of our three lenses. So, can we recommend some vintage lenses now that we had our potty break and Dylan's good to go? Can we recommend them? Yeah. Why? Because they're cheap, right? Again, if you don't get a copy that you're happy with or whatever, so pass it on to somebody else or use it as repair lens or anything else, and you'll be happy with it. So anyway, I can recommend them. So anyway, it's our little plug for our photo editing software. Who do we use? We use Luminar. That's right, Luminar. It's a competitor to Lightroom and Capture One and all those out there. Its claim to fame is the AI, right?
Ew.
Ew, what's that?
What's a
That's
hand?
disgusting.
No, it's a hand.
Yeah, you wash your hand, get that out of there. What is that? It's like stuck on your finger. It's not a booger, it's black. I know what that is. Ew. Anyway, what's AI mean? You remember what AI means?
What's a hand?
Yeah, you can wash your hands in a minute. So tell us what AI is. Ready? 1, 2, 3. No, wise ass. It's not AI. Artificial intelligence. That's right. So Luminar is full of artificial intelligence, and it will help you with your photo needs.
This mission is too important for me to allow you to jeopardize it.
Has everything from spot and dust removal. So if you're taking photos down at the beach and the hot chicks moving around, you got a nice shot of the bikini shots, or your wife, one of the two. Maybe your wife's hot.
Fat woman, my ass!
And in the background, you've got birds flying around, seagulls, or shithawks as we call them where I come from. And you get back home and you got them up on the screen. Are you looking at the seagulls? No, the other kind of seagulls. Maybe you got spots on your screen, and you just click on the button that says spot and dust removal, and it will analyze your photo and it'll remove those spots and leave the birds alone. Kind of cool, huh? AI can figure out the difference.
Picture.
Yeah, the pictures. We have power line removal, same thing, fugly power lines, get them out of your photo, that'll recognize them and take them out for you. It has background removal. It has scene relighting, in case you want to shift the light from one side to the other or slightly shift it from one place to the other, to center or to the side. It has all kinds of different other stuff. I don't want to go through the whole laundry list of what the program can do, but
Thank God.
the greatest thing about it is it's economical. So, compared to the others, they have a few different programs. You can either buy it outright or you can pay monthly. I'd buy it outright because after, if you're going to pay it monthly for, a year or two, you're just going to pay for itself anyway. So just buy the thing. It's my recommendation, right? Dr. Scott's recommendation.
What are you waiting for, huh?
So, but if you want to get yourself a copy of Luminar, in the description below, if you click on that link, it'll take you straight to Skylum, who's the company who produces it, and it'll reduce your price by $10. Hey, why not save $10, right? What do they do with that $10?
Talk it up, man.
What do they do with it? Well, they give it to us, right? And why do they give it to us? Because we went through the problem to tell everybody about it, right? And what do they call that in the business? That's called kickback. Yeah, kickback. That's right. So what are you gonna do with your $10? Are you gonna share it with Daddy? What? Are you gonna share it with Mommy? Oh, you suck.
You suck.
He doesn't even help with these things, and you're sharing your money with her already.
No,
Anyway,
no share.
no sharing. Oh, now you just changed your mind. You're gonna keep it for yourself? You greedy little bastard. So anyway, I know you're gonna share it with your girlfriend, aren't you?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I know you. You and the thumbs up girls. Uh-huh. So, anyhow, So what else? What else can we do?
You.
Well, how about we get people to help support us? I know it is disgusting. You got disgusting
That's
hands,
a
man. What have you
hand.
been touching? Ugh. Can't leave you alone for a second. How about you subscribe? Do this hand. Subscribe. How about your hands and my hands together? Together we shall subscribe. That's right. And besides subscribers, what else does YouTube like? They like the thumbs up, right? You want to help with a thumbs up? So you give us a thumbs up, we'll give you a little sample of the Thumbs Up Girls. Are you ready? Sing with me. Thumbs up. Do, 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 do. Thumbs up. Uh-huh. All right, so that was subscribing, that was the thumbs up. What else? Who are we? I'm Dr. Scott. You're Dylan.
I'm Spartacus!
Bond. James Bond.
And together we're all Modesty Photography. We're here to talk about tips and tricks about photography, vintage lenses, vintage cameras, camera systems, modern lenses, photographic stuff, and a little bit of Dylan. All about Dylan, right? That's right. So, you think they should come back for more? Yeah? Well, that's because we do one of these every Friday. And remember, that's Friday Vietnam time. So that could be the day before you, the day after you, or the same day as you. Just depends on what funky time zone you're in. So, thanks for dropping by. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for buying a copy of Luminar through our link. Thank you for listening to me while Dylan was outside playing and then finally came in and joined us. Thank you for just being you. That's right. And another reason why they should come back is because you belong here. That's right. And where do they belong, mister? What's the name of the show? This was Camera Talk with Dr. Scott and Dylan. And Dylan. That's right. So, are we all done? You think we're finished? All right. Okay, you're free to go.
See you real soon.
That's right. So you're going to say bye-bye?
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Here I am,